Today on WTF, we're showing you how to make an extra crispy version of a Cantonese salt and pepper fried chicken. Hello and welcome to WTF, where we help you transform food in your kitchen. I'm Janie.
And I'm Hannah.
And today I'm really excited because we are showing you our version of one of my favorite recipes, which is the MadewithLau Cantonese salt and pepper chicken wing. So remember, if you like what you see on this channel, subscribe and stick around for our weekly giveaway, which will be the ingredients that you need in order to make this recipe or any other extra crispy fried recipes that you would like. Now, I first discovered the MadewithLau channel about maybe like 6 months ago. I was taking care of my mom and she had really wanted all these like authentic Chinese cuisine, which I did not know how to make. So I started, doing my own YouTube research, and I found MadewithLau, where this family, the dad is like a Cantonese chef for like 50 years, and he's showing people how to make all these really traditional, authentic dishes step by step. And I absolutely love this channel. If for some reason they see this, please, I'm a huge fan. So one of these favorite recipes of mine is the salt and pepper wings. But I did hear when I was watching the episode, and he was like, oh, you got to eat them right away because they don't stay crispy for very long. So I was like, wait, we specialize in how to make things extra crispy. So I showed Hannah the recipe and the channel, and I was like, can we make our version of this where, we have all the same flavors, but it's going to stay extra crispy. So Hannah, what did you find really helped? Let's first go over what's in the recipe, but then also how do we make it stay crispier for longer?
Yeah, so the really only difference and only change we made from MadewithLau's original recipe is in the breading that we're going to be using. So on their original recipe, they are using cornstarch and flour, and there's nothing wrong with that. That is absolutely going to give you a crispy coating. It's just not going to last very long. And the issue with that is that flour, it absorbs water really fast and really well. So pretty quickly you're going to realize that the coating, it's getting kind of soggy, and that's not what we're looking for. So we went around to solve that, and what we ended up doing was getting rid of the flour completely, keeping the cornstarch, and then adding in 2 of our products. One of those is our EverCrisp product, and that is a wheat dextrin, and it actually can't retain any moisture, any water, so that's going to really help us keeping these crispy, lasting longer under a heat lamp. And then we are also going to be using our Crisp Coat UC, and this is a cornstarch and tapioca starch blend. And again, this is just going to be helping us not retain moisture.
Yeah, and for the Crisp Coat especially, those are what's considered modified starches, which means that they're processed differently from the cornstarch you get in a grocery store. So they have these extra properties. In this case, it's for crispiness, but you can modify them in a lot of different ways. So when you think about it, you're like, oh, it's not just cornstarch and tapioca starch blended, but it is a special process with a focus on creating crispy batters. So let's go through the recipe and kind of see how it works. And then at the end, we're going to taste test both of these, our original MadewithLau version, as well as our EverCrisp and Crisp Coat enhanced version, and we'll see what the difference is.
Yeah, great. So first step, we are just going to go ahead and combine our 3 dry ingredients that I was just talking about. So our EverCrisp, our Crisp Coat, and our cornstarch. All right, and we can just give this a little whisk, and we are going to put our chicken wings right into this.
All right, and for people who have not seen the MadewithLau version, what is in the marinade for the chicken wings?
Yeah, so this is a pretty simple marinade. You use dark soy sauce, light soy sauce, oyster sauce, white wine, salt and sugar, and it's absolutely delicious. I left these ones actually overnight, so they'll have a little extra flavor, but if you just only want to marinate these for a little bit, that's just fine.
Yeah. And we always know a recipe is good because the people who are not in the test kitchen, will send food out to them that we've made to test, And if they're like, oh my god, this is so good, then usually that's one of the telltale signs that it's a great recipe and they have been just, raving about the wings.
Oh yes, they are gone in about 5 minutes. So just like in the Made with Lau video, we are going to be cooking our drumettes first and then our flats. So you can just go fish those ones out. Give these a nice toss and pop them into our oil. And we are actually going to be double frying all of these wings. Again, we're going for ultimate crispy here, and double frying really does the trick.
Yep. So I think the first fry, what's the temperature right now for the oil?
I have it up at 375. I actually did end up increasing the temperature from Made with Lau's original video, but other than that, I am strictly following their recipe.
Cool. And you can get our version of the entire recipe on our blog.modernistpantry.com. Links in the description below.
So if we just want to fry these up, and then we'll be right back.
Cool. All right, and we're back and we're ready to finish these chicken wings. But first, I wanted to talk about this week's giveaway. This week's giveaway will be a bag of the EverCrisp and Crisp Coat that you need to make these wings, or really any other of your favorite fried foods. Now, in order to enter to win, leave in the comments below if you have another channel that you absolutely love or a recipe that you would like to share with us and maybe see our take on that particular recipe. So we'd love to see what else you guys are watching and check them out. So enter to win. All right, Hannah, we've double fried the wings. What's next?
So we have our wok out here. We put a little bit of oil from our fry oil in, and we're going to saute up some aromatics and then add our chicken wings, toss it, get some good smells going on in the kitchen.
Cool.
So we have some shallots, some bell pepper, and some green onion.
Yep.
And in the recipe, they did use garlic. I didn't have any garlic in the kitchen this morning, but you can absolutely add that in as well.
Yeah. So the aromatics at this point is really just to add like color, to add flavor, and that's a huge part of Cantonese cuisine where everything always looks and smells so good, is that pretty much everything gets tossed in aromatics at some point. And you can definitely already start getting that waft of the scallions and the onions and peppers and stuff. It's all coming through. And traditionally, this would be done with like a steel wok over like incredibly high heat. We don't have that, so we're doing our version. So don't be like, this is not authentic. I mean, we don't have a massive flame going on here, so
Trying our best. So we're gonna go ahead and add in our chicken wings that are all crisped up. And we also have our little spice blend over here, which is salt, white pepper, and garlic salt, and just a few chili flakes for some spice. And then I'm going to go ahead and toss this all around.
yeah,
And it smells so good in here.
it does. Yeah, that looks amazing. So while Hannah's finishing those up, we did talk about like, okay, can we make these particular wings last longer and crispier? So over here we have in the back here, this is the original Made with Lau recipe. There's nothing else modified from here, I think, except that it's not tossed in the aromatics. And then over here in the front, these are our wings that are made with EverCrisp and Crisp Coat. Now, one of the things that we know is that a lot of our EverCrisp customers do buy it for their restaurants because they want to make sure that whatever they're frying when they get takeout orders, that it's going to stay crispy. So that's a huge number of our EverCrisp customers. So we know it's working because they're purchasing this for their business. So I'm going to taste test both of these wings. These have been sitting here, I want to say at least an hour.
2 hours.
Close to
Probably,
2 hours
yeah.
now. So they're definitely, I'm not like just pulling them out fresh. So these have been sitting here. So over here, we've got our Made with Lau wings. I'm just going to bite into it. It's still got like a little bit of crisp left because of the heat lamp, but flavor is amazing. Skin's gotten chewy and a little soggy. And then over here, I'm gonna grab one of these EverCrisp wings, and you can kind of see, just first of all, I don't know whether the camera can get this, but you can kind of see there's more nooks and crannies on this wing. And there's like definitely more crunch happening. You still get a very distinct outer layer of crust and the crunch. And you have the skin. The skin is like soft underneath, but this is still really, really good. So I think, do we want to take a bite of this like freshly made one as well?
Absolutely.
They're so good. Okay. I'm gonna burn myself. This just came out of a really hot pan. Okay.
Hot.
Okay. So this is fresh out the wok. It's so hot, I was like afraid to bite into it, but this skin is so crispy, so flavorful. I think you're gonna love this recipe as much as we do, and give it a go. Try out the EverCrisp and Crisco, see what it can do for your fried foods. Links in the description below for the full recipe. And until next week, from here in the Modernist Pantry Test Kitchen, I'm Janie.
And I'm Hannah.